Welcome back to the Zhongyi Lens Turbo. This is something I'm going to be taking a look at over the next week or so and give it a full set of thoughts, but one thing that I wanted to get out there sooner was a quick tip I found. Let's take the bottom off here. One thing I noticed was when you attach a lens to this, on at least my model, it did not attach snugly. Let's see, if I grab one of these Minolta lenses that I've been using, what you do is you would pop it in there, and it was only held in by friction. It would, if I twisted the lens backwards, it would just pop out, and obviously that's kind of a problem. But it's easy to fix. Luckily, I've got it locked now, so it's not doing that. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through what you might need to do if you have a lens turbo in similar shape. One of the things you'll notice about this is it's pretty simple. There's not much to it, but there are 3 screw holes here, and if you just have something like a 5/64 inch screwdriver handy, about this big, you can unscrew those. So put it back on and cue the fast forward. Now obviously you want to be really careful when you're dealing with this. The lens element is very large, and you don't want to scratch it with these screws. Alright, so you take that ring off and you'll notice that there's a releasing mechanism down here. If you push the button, it springs the little arm back. This is also screwed in, and that same little screwdriver will remove the piece. So, if you have this little springy piece, all you need to do is take 2 pairs of pliers and bend this end element up. The problem on this was that the end element was actually sitting below the locking mechanism on the lens. If you take a look at one of these lenses, on the bottom it locks in with a little notch in this metal joint here, and it was actually sliding below it, so it wasn't catching. That was the problem here. There's a problem with all of the Minolta lenses I had, including the off-brand ones. So I've already done this, I'm not going to do it again, but it's pretty simple. Just 2 pairs of pliers and you can bend it. It doesn't take a lot, just a little bit of force, and you can bend it. And then you just have to put it back in. Be careful of the pin, which is fallen out here, and lost. There we go. Again, you want to be very careful if you do this, and I take no responsibility for you opening up your lens and messing with it. Obviously, there are risks. You don't want to scratch up this rather large piece of glass. One trick to getting this in is actually to not put the screw in. You'll have a little bit of a hard time doing this, but you set it in where it's supposed to go. There's a notch. You just set it in there. It's set in there now. And now I take the screw and I just kind of push it in. It's springy. It's supposed to be pushed against the lens, so it's a little bit springy. So you have to kind of push it in with one hand. You screw that in, put it back in. Hopefully this may take a little bit of trial and error. I got it on the first attempt. It didn't take a lot. So we set that back on there. Alright, there we go. Once you've done that, sticking a lens on should sit securely. Click into ideally clicks into place. Here it doesn't quite click, but it holds, importantly, and it's not going to just slip off in the middle of shooting and break a lens. So anyway, this is a quick tip on the Zhongyi Lens Turbo MD Nex. Later.